Welcome to Mind Over Metal Podcast. Heavy metal and hard rock news, discussion, and reviews. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Mind Over Metal Podcast right here. mindovermetalpodcast.com, Spreaker, iTunes, Podbean. We're on a whole fucking different load of platforms. Recently this week I just added us to, SoundCloud, and we are on the TuneIn app also, so check that shit out. This is not doing a review this week. We are just going to talk about rock and metal news, and I have a guest with me this week. I'll let you know who that is in just a moment, but one more thing I wanted to touch on was if you've seen our Facebook group, they made an announcement during the week that DJ Metal Mike, who guested on last week's Kiss Rock and Roll Over episode, is now my co-host and partner. Fucking delighted to have Metal Mike on board. He done a killer job last week. We worked really well together, so I'm just really excited to have him on board. Now Mike isn't here this week. He just has some personal issues that he couldn't make it, but as I said, I have a guest, and this week my guest is another buddy of mine from thatmetalstation.com, and his name is DJ Big Bushy. What's happening, Bushy?
What's going on, Mac? Thanks for having me on. You are really stepping down tonight, aren't you? Holy hell.
Absolutely not, man.
Glad to be on. I appreciate the invite. Can't wait to talk about stuff I know absolutely nothing about.
But you know what? We're just going to wing it. I find that winging that shit it comes across better. So fuck it. We'll just go with the flow, and it's going to be a good episode.
Absolutely. I love to wing it, right in the face.
Yes, exactly.
That was a different episode. My bad.
So, what's up? Let the listeners know, if just in case they're not familiar, who you are, where they can find you.
Holy hell, how are they not familiar with me? DJ Big Bushy on thatmetalstation.com every Sunday night, 9 p.m., the Big Bushy Power Hour. If you like cock rock, if you like hair metal, that's the place to go. And I play some thrashy stuff, some newer stuff. I also host a podcast myself. We'll get into that later. But I'm just happy to be here. Like I said, I really appreciate the invite. I came home from work, got my daughter fed so I can get on here and do this with you. It's awesome. Awesome.
No, I'm delighted. I was looking for somebody to help me do the news, and I was like, who would be a likely candidate to come on? And I thought, Nate, you're the first person I thought. So I thought, right, I'll send him a text here and see if he's up for it. And of course you were, which is great. I was delighted. So excited to get into it. Now, obviously me and you've never met, Nate. You live in upstate New York and I live in Ireland, but we spoke. We're colleagues on the station, but I've guested on the Nights of the Turntable, sure. Which you were a host on. So we've spoken a few times before, but we've never really got into music that much, on a one-on-one basis. So it's going to be cool.
Well, here's hoping. I've seen some of your opinions, and I'm sure you've seen some of mine through various Facebook groups.
Yep.
No fisticuffs, damn it. It's hard to punch across an ocean.
Exactly. Yeah. And but who knows? Maybe I just might get over to the Rock and Pod Expo in August. So who knows? If you're there, maybe we could meet then.
Oh, I'm hoping to get there. I'm looking at changing jobs, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right now, I've got my vacation set in, and I am going right this second. But that's with my current company. We'll see, because I wicked want to go.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to move heaven and earth at the moment to make it happen. So fingers crossed, I'll get over.
Better give up them Guns N' Roses tickets.
Oh, no way! From my cold fucking dead hands, you'll get them off me. I'll tell you how bad it is. Like, my wife is expecting our third baby, And our third baby is due on the 31st of this month, and Guns N' Roses is on the 27th, and the concert is 3 hours away. And basically, it's in Slane Castle, which is like an old medieval castle. It's in the grounds of the castle, but once you're in, you ain't getting out. So, you know, if this baby comes early, and I'm in GNR, there's no way I'm getting back for the birth.
Hey, you've been there for the first 2, right?
That's what I said. You know, I mean, once you see one, you see them all.
Credit for that.
Exactly, and I didn't complain once. You know,
there, you did your cheerleader thing, cut the cord, stuff like that, man.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, you know, but no, look, I have a very supportive wife, and she knows how much this means to me, and she wants me to go. So, but look, I'm just going to play it by ear. I don't want to get too excited, just in case, you know, I can't go. So, but look, if she's still here and you know, feeling good that morning, I'm away, brother.
Oh yeah, I would drive top speed. How you doing, baby? Kiss you bye.
Yeah, yeah. Run out the door in case she changes her mind.
Absolutely. No, that's cool. Guns came to New York. The tickets were outrageous, and it was New York City. And I had no desire to go to New York, which oddly enough I ended up going later anyway to see you know Ralph and Thrasher die. But ended up being a blast. It was cool.
Yeah, but, awesome.
I wouldn't go. You know, I missed Iron Maiden for the same reason. And who doesn't want to see a show in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I mean, it's the dream of many.
Gone to New York, I would totally go to New York for a show after finally going there, because I completely fell in love with that city. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would totally go now. But before, you couldn't have got me there. But that, to me, the Thrash or Die thing was more special than Axl, Slash, and Duff on stage together. Because I'm like, well, fuck, where's Izzy and, you know, Steve? Kiss my ass. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm just such an Axl Slash fanboy, I would travel anywhere to see it.
Nice. I would now, like I said, in hindsight. I wouldn't do it before, but I would totally do it now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The thing about this tour as well is, I mean, you just never know. It could be the last tour, you know, and I've been waiting fucking 20 plus years for this, so if I can at all help it, I don't want to miss it.
20 plus years. Let's see. I heard that album in 87 when it came out in 97. Oh, yeah. Fuck you with your 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, well, I waited, how long? I waited fucking 17 years or something for Chinese Democracy. Yeah, from like 93 to whenever it came out.
And I hope that you were as impressed with that album as I was, because I thought it was a dynamite record.
Do you know what? I do. I'm not going to lie, I was let down slightly. The reason I was let down was because I heard and I owned a lot of the demos that had leaked, you know, in the couple of years previous. And they were more stripped back, you know, and then when we finally got the record, it was just fucking shit on top of shit and layers on top of vocals, and it was just an overproduced bag of piss. And it was
Illusions 1 and 2.
Oh no, man, they're fucking great records. Fucking another Illusion hater. God, Metal Mike was the same last week. Breaking my heart.
I actually love those albums, but yeah, I remember when Appetite hit.
Yeah.
And even Lies wasn't bad if you only had the Live Like a Suicide on the other side. Great stuff. And to go from that to this overproduced and all these strings and pianos,
sound effects and
shit. It was
shit.
Such a culture shock. But by the time Chinese Democracy came out, I was like, oh, yeah, well, you know, that's the Axl Rose show. That's what I expect now.
But compared to the demos that had come out, the actual finished product, I was disappointed in the production. But I think there's a lot of killer I actually think there's only one song, maybe two, that I don't really like. But I think there's a lot of solid material there. But a lot of it just gets lost in the shitty vocal layers and the silly fucking, you know, stupid effects and that. But I still don't get me wrong, I still like the album, you know. But anyway, it's a distant memory.
I'm hoping they put out another one. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't care even if it's Chinese.
How the fuck do you have a 30-year career with only 4 albums? That's bullshit.
4. Yeah, I suppose you can't include this spaghetti incident because it's covers.
Well, you can. I keep forgetting about that. I had some good stuff on it.
I like that album, but it's a covers album.
Stupid Manson song, but that's because of my conservative principles.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at your game, girl. Yeah. Hidden Track.
Yeah, Hidden Track, and I wouldn't listen to it as a kid because I was being all rebellious and screw you, Dad. You're the man and all that. And
yeah.
No, it's not very good.
Yeah, I like Axl's vocals on it. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, he sings it well, but it's just a crap song.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as long as Charlie Manson stays in prison, I'm a happy camper. Screw that guy.
I'm just thinking, he obviously made money off them doing that cover.
I don't know how he could make money. I don't think there's a way for you to make money in the U.S. if you're locked up.
Yeah, I'm sure there isn't.
Make money. It went to his victims.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Sorry,
good point.
His family's victims because he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Boy, there's another whole story about that guy.
Yeah, you can nearly start a podcast on that fucker.
I know, right?
Awesome. Well, come here. How about we jump into some news?
Sure.
Awesome. Right. The first article I picked, I just pulled up here. I'm not sure if you're that much of a big fan, but I like them. I like a lot of their. I like mostly their late 80s, early 90s outputs, and that is L.A. Guns. And they're releasing the new album titled The Missing Piece, and it's Peace as in P-E-A-C-E. 6th of October. Current version of L.A. Guns, which includes singer Phil Lewis and the band's co-founding guitarist Tracy Guns, will release its new album The Missing Piece on October the 6th via the Italian record label Frontiers Music. I don't know, Nate, have you seen the artwork for the new album?
I have seen nor heard nothing about this. I was trying to figure out which LA Guns you were talking about because of all that BS drama. LA Guns was one of those weird 80s bands for me. I liked their first couple of hair metal albums, and then they released that one that, I don't know, Vampires or whatever.
Yeah.
I lost interest. It was moving. I mean, I understand they were trying to stay current or whatever. To me, it had a grunge feel. I didn't dig it, so I just got right away from them. So I know nothing about it. And then just hearing the name of the album, the Peace spelled P-E-A-C-E, it sounds like a bunch of liberal pussies. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's anything I can listen to.
I think it might be a play on the fact how Phil and Tracy made their piece, but the album cover, when I seen it, I thought, do you know what? It's actually it's a cool concept. What it is it's a picture, if you can imagine the LA Guns logo, as if it was on a mirror, okay? And the mirror shattered, and on it's the guns part, as if it's been put back into place. It's like a play on Tracy, being away and being back. It's the kind of thing you have to see it. But once you see it, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes some sense. But I think the cover's pretty cool, but it's coming out on October 6th. I'll check it out. I mean, I like LA Guns. I like, the debut album. I like Cocked and Loaded. And I like, what was that other one?
Cocked and Loaded, man.
Great
That's
fucking album.
awesome.
I like Waking the Dead. I think that was actually the last album that Tracy was on. Came out in, 2000, 2001, some shit like that. I like that album. I think it's a good fucking album. But to be honest, I'm not really that familiar with much else.
I'm really not either. I just went and found this new album cover with the guns being put in there because Tracy's back. That's actually pretty sexy. I got to go with you on that. I'm intrigued. I don't know if Phil can sing anymore because, boy, I get disappointed with a lot of my old heroes that I loved listening to. Yeah. But that's kind of intriguing. I do like that album cover. That is.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. They were actually LA Guns were playing. When was it? March. They were playing not far from. Well, when I say not far, it's still 2 fucking hours away in Belfast, and I was hoping to go to the gig, But like a lot of other gigs this year that I had planned to go on, it didn't materialise. But from what I heard and what I saw, you know, the clips on YouTube, Phil can fucking sing. You know, he still has the chops, he still has the voice, and Tracy's bringing it, so it makes for a good fucking show.
Nice.
You know, so like if you were, you know, I suppose if they were playing somewhere that wasn't too far away from you, I mean, it's worth checking it out.
Oh, I would probably go check it out anyway, because that's another one of those, you know, old LA sleaze rock bands that I never got to see because my family was too goddamn Christian and wouldn't let me go to concerts.
Yeah, that sucks,
so I
man.
would go check it out if it was in driving distance. I get kind of sick and tired of driving 3.5 hours to see, you know, Scab Kiss and things like that.
Yeah.
Which I have done. But, you know, if they're an hour and a half away, like in the Syracuse, New York area, I would definitely go check it out. We have a pretty decent venue for stuff like that. Hell, I saw Slipknot down there last summer, so
awesome.
If they were to come at that range, I would definitely check them out because Tracy Gunn's killer guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I really dug that, you know, his first couple albums. Cox and Loaded was brilliant, though, in my mind.
Yeah, they were a great Suck Me Fuck Me band.
Yes.
Yes,
everything I love about 80s metal.
Absolutely. Like, actually, in the last review I done with Metal Mike, I actually complained about some of the Gene songs, you know, them being Suck Me Fuck Me, but I think it's just because they were bad Suck Me Fuck Me songs. But as a whole, I mean, in my opinion, Wasp is probably the best band from that era with the Fuck Me Suck Me songs.
Bad Gene songs on rock and roll, where I don't understand.
Yeah. But as far
great songs.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of what I had to critique on that review is Gene, his songs, you know, and Peter, my favourite member of Kiss. I give him a lot of criticism as well, which is actually a very good segue into the next story. Have you seen this, Nate? I'm sure you fucking have. Is Peter Criss says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was right to only induct the original members of Kiss. It says Australia's Loud, must be a magazine or some shit, recently conducted an interview with original Kiss drummer Peter Criss. A couple of excerpts of the chat follows below. Loud asked the question, the other original members of Kiss have expressed their views, but why do you believe it took so many years to blah blah blah? Oh shit, I'm not reading all that bullshit. Yeah, sorry. It said, were you disappointed that the likes of Bruce Kulick, Eric Carr and Eric Singer weren't inducted, or do you believe that it was right to be the original quartet? And Peter goes on to say, I think it was just the original four. I think it was right, it was just the original four. We were the guys who started it. We're the guys who got together back in 72 playing a loft. We were the guys who put on the makeup. We are the guys who made it with the makeup. We are the guys who came out with all the earlier... I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say there. Definitely, he goes on to just say, definitely the four of us should only be inducted. Now, I have an opinion on that, but I want to get your opinion first, Nate. What do you think? Is he right?
Well, he's right and he's wrong. And here's kind of my take on this. I can't remember which bands, because God knows I don't pay attention to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But I do look and see, okay, who's being inducted and, you know, which lineups and such. And they pick and choose, you know, who they're going to induct. There's times they'll induct every fucking member that ever existed.
Yep.
And there's times they pick, you know, just the original.
Yep.
You know, they did it with the Alice Cooper group as opposed to the Alice Cooper band. Yep. But there's been so many incarnations, I guess I understand that. Kiss is kind of a different animal. And I'm one of these Kiss fans that pisses a lot of Kiss fans off, because while I love 70s Kiss, I think there's probably not a greater chemistry and not a greater, you know, foursome in those, you know, early mid 70s, maybe even to late 70s. I prefer the 80s stuff, you know. I listen to Lick It Up or Animalize or Asylum or even Crazy Nights a lot more than I will listen to, even Rock and Roll Over, which is an album I love, or a lot more than when I listen to Alive or Alive 2.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, I agree with them because, without those four doing all that craziness just to make it, you're right. There would have never been a Kiss. So I'm of a mind on both sides on this one, because I think Eric Carr and Vinnie Vincent, they kept the makeup alive when Peter was too stoned on drugs and Ace was too high on beer and whatever other alcohol he was doing. And they kept it going, and they still made a couple solid albums.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Eric Carr should have definitely been in there. If you care about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't give a shit. I think it's funny that Rolling Stone magazine that said these guys were a joke, and I hope they're putting money away because they won't be around in a year.
Mm-hmm.
It hated everything about them. Now we're in the Hall of Fame, and they're putting them up on the cover of Rolling Stone with a picture of them from like 74.
Yeah, it's laughable.
76, somewhere in there. It's all a joke. But if you're going to do it right. At this point, and this is where my view gets a little skewed. At this point, if you're finally going to do it, then get everyone in there that deserves it. I don't think Tommy Thayer deserves it. He's done 2 records with him. It's not like he did anything.
Yeah.
And he's a poser. At least Eric Singer can say, I played on a couple albums with Kiss. I did a few tours with them. I was an actual drummer, not, this mime.
Yeah.
But I agree with Pete. I disagree with Pete. It's a tough call for me. Man, this band pisses me off all the time as much as they make me love them.
Yeah, they're one of the most frustrating bands to be a fan of, I think, ever.
Especially these days.
Yeah, I mean, my view on it is, yes, I mean, of course the original band should be inducted. That goes without saying. But you cannot deny the input and integrity and just like Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick and Vinnie Vincent played on and wrote songs on multi-platinum albums. It was a new era of the band. They inspired a new era of fans like yourself, Nate. You said you came on board in the 80s.
The first albums I heard were the Debut and Alive, and I've told that story. My dad actually gave me those records.
Yeah.
He 83 or 84, he come home from work. We were stationed in Germany, and he goes, some guy in the barracks gave this to me. I don't want to hear. You can have this clown shit. It was the Debut and Alive, and it totally changed my life. But yeah, the 80s is the Kiss that I love the most. I listen to that more than I listen to the 70s, even though I love the 70s stuff.
But it was a new era. As I said, they were multi-platinum. Look it up. In the States alone, went 2 times platinum. That's not including the rest of the world. They had a bit of a drop-off on Animalize and Asylum. But Crazy Nights was a big success. Hot in the Shade done okay. And I mean, those guys didn't get... Vinnie Vincent, Eric Carr, Bruce Kulick did not get their dues for their contribution. And as for Eric Singer, I think it was right not to induct him, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, he drummed on Revenge, but he came in when that album was done. Whether fans like it or not, he was a session musician. He came in. Eric was still technically in the band, until he passed.
Right.
The album was done. He laid his tracks. He done Carnival of Souls, which is it's basically a fucking demo, if you ask me. And then he was out.
Still love it.
I hate it. It's my least favourite Kiss album. Fucking hate that album. But he was gone. Like, he left the band in 95, 96, whatever it was. Didn't come back
after the Unplugged thing.
Yeah, he was gone. So, he came back. Then he drummed on Sonic Boom and Monster. Now, nobody can tell me that they are influential albums. They're not high selling albums. They're not held in high regard compared to the rest of the material. So I think it's right to leave him off. Tommy Thayer's a fucking joke. I mean, I'm not even going to get into Tommy Thayer because, I mean, fuck, that's...
I'm with you on Tommy Thayer. I kind of have a different opinion when it comes to Eric Singer. And I'm a fan of Monster, although I think Sonic Boom was a crap album. I liked one song on it.
Yeah.
Monster, I listened to it, I'm like, man, I like every song on this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that album.
Yeah, well, a lot of that has to do with Tommy Thayer quit trying to play like Ace Frehley. That helped a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't have to look at him. You can just listen and be like, oh, well, that's not Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, even though he tried to steal the whole moniker with the whole lightning strikes, you know, well, you can't go from Space Ace to lightning. That doesn't happen. So
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
But, no, I'm a huge Eric Singer fan. And, you know, especially if you watch that Unplugged segment or video, that dude is brilliant. Way better fills than Peter Criss had.
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing drummer.
People, yeah. So, but I also understand what you're saying. He wasn't there long enough. You know, Bruce Kulick was there, 15 years?
Yeah, he was there from... Well, Bruce Kulick came in for the Animalize tour. Mark St. John did two... Yeah, he did 2 shows. That was 84. Asylum came out in 85. So he was basically there from... He was there 11 years. Yeah, from 12 years, 84 to 96, whatever it was. He wrote a lot of material with the band as well. I think he should have got a nod. Vinnie Vincent, he probably should have got a nod as well. But, you know, it's the Rock Hall. I mean, here's something for you that I can't understand is, okay, you don't induct Bruce Kulick or Eric Carr or Vinnie Vincent, but you induct Dizzy Reed and Matt Sorum for Guns N' Roses. You know, as much as all as I like those guys, it doesn't make sense.
You know, and yeah, but at that point, do you say, well, that's not Guns N' Roses because it's not the original 5?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why I get so pissed off with this whole Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing, because they pick and choose which versions, which eras of things they want to do, or who they want to include.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the original 5. We're going to add you guys because we like those 2 Illusion albums. They did really well on MTV and on radio. You know, screw you guys. Yeah, Kiss wasn't big on the radio, but they were doing just fine. They did well on MTV.
Yeah.
And they were still selling shows and such. Now, they were still playing arenas, for Christ's sakes. Absolutely,
yeah. But it's mind-blowing that you don't add proven musicians that wrote songs on multi-platinum albums, but you'll add basically a session keyboard player and a session drummer. And I mean, I'm a fan of those guys. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I just don't understand the logic of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, basically.
Yeah, but, I don't understand it at all. They lost me at hip-hop and pop, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, fucking Madonna's in there, and Tupac, and, you know, whatever other bunch of non-rock and roll groups are in it. I just don't understand.
How come we can create a Hall of Fame for everything. There's a Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, there's a Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We have Hall of Fames in this world, in this country alone, for everything.
Yeah.
You could have your hip-hop, you know, rap R&B Hall of Fame. You could have your pop Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But then, you know, pop singers or pop fans would be making those same arguments when somebody like, Bruce Springsteen, who's considered rock, even though he's not hard rock, but he would get into that Hall of Fame.
Absolutely,
you know,
yeah.
Well, that's not pop, it's rock.
Yeah.
So I understand the argument, but because of that, because of how they shit on heavy metal all the time, I've got no use for it. This Kiss thing is very conflicting because, like with Vinnie Vincent, I'm like, man, fuck him. He did 2 records.
Yeah. he did 1.5 really. You know, he didn't even play fully. Like Ace still played some on the Creatures. Yeah, you know. So and like I think Vinnie wrote. What did he write on Creatures? He wrote. Oh shit! Fucking brain fart here. I know he yeah, I can't think. But you know, look it up. Yeah, I mean, he played on the fucking album and he wrote or had a hand in writing. You know, helping on a lot of tracks on it. But basically, he done an album and a half. You know.
Right.
But do you know what? Let's keep it with Kiss and the current lineup of Kiss, who recently, just a few days ago, kicked off their European tour in Moscow, which isn't even in fucking Europe. But anyway, kicked off.
I've got that answer, by the way. He helped co-write "I Love It Loud, I Still Love You" and "Killer."
Yeah, Killers was actually the one I was thinking of. Yeah. So 1.5 albums, but
Moscow.
Yeah, they kicked it off their European tour in Moscow. Okay, that makes sense. But holy shit!
I didn't think they were considered European, but okay.
Yeah, but like,
Eastern
isn't Russia like classed as Asia? I think.
Well, technically, yeah, but they don't include them in the same area as China and all those places. So
yeah.
I don't know how they do things. Maybe the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, the ones responsible for classifying them as Eastern European.
Yeah, they're changing the rules as usual to suit themselves.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they kicked off their tour in Moscow. But I have to fucking play something here, brother. We all know that Paul's voice has suffered in the last number of years, but you have to fucking hear this. All right, listeners, check this out. Alright, that's enough of that fucking shit. What do you think of that, Nate?
You know what? This is so hard as a Kiss fan because I saw this version of Kiss a couple years ago. I took my daughter down on that 3-hour drive to see Scab Kiss and Def Leppard and the Dead Daisies. And, dude, I had a ball. I was hammered. So I don't know if Paul sucked or not.
Yeah.
I know he did his great frontman stuff, and he said this really cool thing. You know, he asked the crowd, you know, how many of you people are here with your children tonight? You know, and, you know, I picked up my daughter because I was like, yeah, you're talking to me, dude. And he said, I'm talking to the children now. Children, we were here for your parents, and we will be here for you. And then you hear this, and you're like, Paul, I love you.
Yeah.
Stop,
yeah.
Man. And I guess it's the difference between being at the show and being all kinds of shitty drunk and having a good time, and being sober and listening to it and realizing, damn, dude, here's my biggest problem. When you listen to it, they're all tuned down. I mean,
yeah.
It's almost like they're playing at Korn level. What are they, a drop D?
Yeah, there's half a step down, I think, is the way they're playing. It might even be a full step.
Yeah, it just sounds like a solo. They're playing a half step in tempo down.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul is like, he's okay when he tries to stay in key. But man, when he starts trying to hit those high notes, he cannot do it anymore, and it sucks because I've seen other concert clips, you know, in previous years where you know he's still bad, but he's pulling it off.
Yeah,
this was just wretched. I mean, it hurt me to listen to this as a lifelong Kiss fan. It hurt my heart to listen to that.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's hard to watch or listen to. Now, I mean, we all know he has been, like, his voice has deteriorated terribly in the last 10 years or so. But when I heard this from the other night, I mean, he's absolutely worse. He's leaving out parts of the song for, you know, the audience to sing. He's doing that more, but he's also, it's nearly as if he's doing a Vince Neil impression, where he's not even singing the fucking words. He's going, hey, you know. He's just totally.
He's done that his whole career.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I don't know. Was Paul taking lessons from fucking on frontmanship from Vince Neil? That's bad. Fucking, it's a bad sign. But I mean, I don't know. Is it he just can't get the words out, or what the problem is? But I mean, the guy's voice is shot, and it's absolutely, you know, it's horrible to see. You know, one of your heroes reduced to this. It's just fucking, it's awful, you know, absolutely terrible. And I feel bad for the guy.
But you know what I wonder? I wonder if you and I were sitting in that audience, knocking back a couple of pints, would we be that critical? Or would we be having a ball? Do
you know what? We'd probably still have fun, man. Because especially if pints or beers there, and you're, you know, a little bit fucked up, you probably would still have fun. But I mean, you can't deny, you know, what's going on there. And I think for me, it would put a dampener on the show. I actually feel bad for the guy, you know, and I mean, I seen something the other day. You know, the Scab Defenders. Kiss they're bigger than they've ever been, and Paul sounds as good as no, he doesn't. And I mean, that's just
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's just, you know, proving the point that Paul could fucking fuck your mother, your sister, and your wife, and you'd still think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know,
while you're watching, even.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
This version of Kiss isn't even as big as the 80s version.
Absolutely
not.
In
the 80s, they were still selling out arenas.
Yeah.
You know, now they're doing, you know, small clubs and venues, state fairs.
I mean, for the current lineup, to play a crowd of 5,000 is good. for them now, you know.
Right.
The days of playing 10, 12, 15, 20,000 arenas are gone. Now, in saying that, in Europe, the last number of years, they can still play a festival. But let's not forget the fact that it's a festival and there's 100 other bands on the bill, you know. So, yeah, it's just sad.
It is, and a big part of me wants them to retire.
Me too.
A big part of me says, "No, keep going, guys. Put out another album." But I've seen video of Gene's solo band and what he's doing. What the fuck? Dude, Gene does not take care of himself, and he sounds great.
Gene sounds awesome.
As good as he did back in 1974.
Yep.
On the debut album.
Yeah.
It's like, just look, stop.
Yeah.
Get it done. You know, make Tommy get your coffee and your scones again.
Yeah, paint your fucking kitchen.
Yeah, you know, Paul, go ahead and retire. Eric, I'm sure Lita Ford or Alice Cooper needs a drummer.
Yeah, you know? That guy will not be able to work.
Drummer. He'll get a job.
Yeah, I think it's time. Well, I thought it's time to hang up the boots 10 years ago. You know, I was always of the opinion, hang up the boots or take off the fucking makeup. And then I will, you know, if they took off the makeup, I would support them 100%. Or give the guys their own character. But for me, it's even past that now. I just think Paul he can't do it anymore, and I just think
he can't sing those songs anymore at all.
And when you hear them played not in their original intended key, I mean, it's just not the same.
It's not, and it's upsetting because when he guested on Ace Frehley's solo album, there, the what is it, the Origins Volume 1?
Or Volume 1, yeah.
Yeah, that Fire and Water. Didn't Paul sound great?
Yeah, he sounded fucking amazing.
He sounded great, and it wasn't one of those songs where you have to hit these high notes because, you know, you're all full of testosterone and getting blowjobs from whatever women or men it was back then. You could go to gay rumors and such.
Yeah.
So you can't hit him anymore.
Yeah.
That jazz band thing he has going on.
Soul Station, isn't it? I think they're called, yeah.
Yeah, Soul Station. He sounds good there.
Yeah. It's just he just can't sing the high material, and it's a, you know, and you can hear the strain on him trying to hit it, and even though you can
hear the straight up crack. The voice completely cracks and goes. His Phantom of the Opera days are gone. Long gone. Yeah, it's a shame. You know, it's an absolute shame to see, you know, one of your heroes reduced to that. But I mean, they don't show any sign of stopping. So no, they're going to go till they drop dead. Gene's a workaholic. And, you know, if Paul says, let's go on tour, Gene's like, okay, how much can I make? Yeah, exactly. And they go. And I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with somebody saying, what, I can make some money, let's go do it. Yeah. I'm down. You get yours because he's building a fucking empire. I'm okay with it. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just, you know. Side is we have to hear it. Yeah, well, that's it. And at the end of the day, they're selling a product. You're paying your hard-earned money to hear them. They're supplying a product. And currently, the bang that you're getting for your buck just isn't up to scratch. I mean, I wouldn't go to a Kiss. I have the chance to go this month in London, and I ain't fucking going. I would not waste the ticket money, the plane money, the hotel money to be let down and hear that show. You know what? You know what the worst part is? Is I would go to see the Demon fly one more time and drool blood and do that bass solo one more time. I've seen him 3 times, 2 with the original members. Yeah. And once to take my daughter with Tommy and Eric. But to see Gene do that one more time before they finally hang it up, God, I would totally do it. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Totally would. Yeah, just not for me. But, right, next story. Metallica. Next story. Metallica, hot off the heels, releasing one of the best fucking records of 2016. I probably prefer Dystopia, but I'm not taking away from fucking Hardwired at all. But Metallica are releasing
a triple vinyl of the Webster Hall concert. Webster Hall, that's in New York, I think, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. All I know in New York's Madison Square and in the bars.
Yeah, well, this place is like a 1,500 capacity arena or theater.
Club.
Yeah, it's a club. Yeah. But Metallica gets ready to hit the road again and kick off its North American tour. The band thought it might be cool to revisit the very beginning of Hardwired to Self-Destruct by pressing one of the live releases on vinyl. 1,500 seater capacity Webster Hall in New York City, recorded in September last year, is released this Friday, which is tomorrow. It's actually today my time because it's like 20 to 2 my time in the morning.
I was going to say it's still overnight hours.
Yeah. So it's a 3 LP set that's only available at Metallica.com, as well as pop-up stores in selected tour cities this summer. And man, have you seen the track listing?
Not at all.
Well, we'll hold on to your fucking beard, okay? Will you hear this for a lineup of songs? Side A kicks off with Bread Fan, Holier Than Thou, Battery, Harvester of Sorrows, You Flip the Bitch Over. Side 2 is Fade to Black, Moth into Flame. Side C, which would be the second record, Sad But True, Orion, Flip Her Over, One, Master of Puppets. The next record then is For Whom the Bell Tolls, Enter Sandman, Encore Jam, so that's like a band jam, Whiskey in the Jar, and then the final side is Hardwired and Seek and Destroy. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that's that's actually not bad at all. I'm actually looking through here now because as you're saying it, of course I've got to go look it up.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I was drooling at the mouth when I seen it.
Yeah. See me, I've got to be all dickhead like Bread Fan. I don't even know what album that's from.
That's on the 589 or whatever it's called EP.
Oh, the old EP, the 498. Yeah, I'm not even familiar with that song. Holier Than Now, that's off the Black album. Not a fan. So, Battery, Harvester of Sorrow, Fade to Black, my all-time favorite fucking Metallica song. Moth into Flame, Skip Sad But True, Orion 1, Master of Puppets, For Whom the Bell, Skip Enter Sandman, Whiskey. Dude, I love their version of Whiskey in the Jar. I don't care. That's actually, if you ask me, that's worth whatever ridiculous amount of money they're asking for because that sounds like it's a great live show.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I could do without the Black Album stuff because I like the deeper cuts, of Wolf and Man and things of that nature. But boy, they really hit it on the rest of their discography. I'm really impressed with that actually. Where's the Lady Gaga? Oh, Moth into Flame. My bad.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
I hope they did. They better gotten something out of it. I mean, she's an ugly dude, but whatever.
Yeah. What did I say? Sorry, it's not. It's Bread Fan's fucking Garage Incorporated.
Oh, Garage Inc.
Yeah.
I'm not well versed in that album either. I do own it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But I listened to Whiskey and So What and that horrible Bob Seger cover, Turn the Page.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
That's really all I listened to on that. I'm gonna have to go back and find out if that's any good because this is something I may want to purchase.
Yeah, Joe, I checked the price, and I think it was something like $38,
for
which
the vinyl.
Yeah, which isn't fucking bad.
That's not bad for 3 albums because I see they're also releasing it on 2 CDs.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little bit cheaper that way, but me and you being the vinyl nut swingers that we are,
we'll be checking that shit out.
I know it. We're going to be spending $60 because we're buying the vinyl and the CD, so put the vinyl away.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I'll tell you how bad I am. Thunder. The band Thunder? You mightn't be too familiar.
I'm not familiar with them, but I know who they are.
They released a new album there towards the beginning of the year, double vinyl, but they were also doing, if you ordered through their website, you could get the signed vinyl by the whole band. So I ended up ordering 2. I ordered one fully signed by the band and then one that I could play.
Nice,
so
nice.
yeah, but
no, you know what? If you're a fan of it, then that's badass, and I'll never knock anybody for that. I'm just not familiar with them. I know who they are.
Yeah, you should check them out if you get a chance. Stephen Kirsch is a big fan of them. And then some. Do you know Mitch LaFawn? He's a big Thunder fan also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's big into. I listened to some interviews he's done with the guys from Thunder, and he's a major Thunder fan. But they're a band that they came on the tail end of the whole 80s metal, hair metal thing. Came out of England, signed to Geffen in the States, and at that time, on Geffen you had Aerosmith, GNR, Nirvana.
Oh yeah, Geffen was huge.
Geffen was huge at the time, but what happened is they were recording their album, and it was released just after Nevermind came out, and I mean we all know what happened then. It blew up, and Thunder just they just went by the wayside. If they had to,
heroin addicts started dictating the music industry.
Yeah, if Thunder had to have released that album, a year beforehand, they would have been huge. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check them out then, because you're talking my language.
Yeah, you'll love it, man.
These guys actually knew how to play their albums. They weren't depressed about, or play their instruments rather, and they weren't depressed about life. They thought life was pretty good. Huh?
Oh, they love life. They're kind of like a bluesy. Something like there's an Aerosmith Stonesy feel to them. Great fucking band. Check. You know what? I'll send you some. Yeah, I'll send you some stuff
right now. That's insane.
Yeah, no, check them out, man. You'll not be disappointed. But also that Metallica, I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna jump on now in the morning and get that. So right, next story. Next story. M3 Festival kicked off last weekend. I think it was Saturday. A couple of days.
A couple of Facebook friends of ours were there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, from the couple of guys from the Rock and Metal Combat podcast group page were there. Justin Childers. Who else? Who else was there? There's someone else there.
I don't know. All I remember is a sex child. And after hearing what I heard, and you're going to hear it, I'm pretty sure he lied.
I don't know, man. But Rat, we're going to get into that now. The newly reunited Rat, featuring Warren DeMartini, Juan Crucier, Stephen Pearcy, performed April 29th at the M3 Rock Festival in Merriweather Post Pavilion, Columbia, Maryland. Oh, there's a bit of a mission to say all that.
Hey, say that state again.
Okay. State. Well, what's the state? Columbia.
No. Keep going.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Why did I say it wrong?
No, you're saying it the old world style. That's Maryland.
Oh, you say Maryland. Yeah.
It's just funny, Maryland. No,
that's funny. I just say it as I see it, Maryland.
Hey, no, you know what? I was just thinking about Mel Gibson's movie, The Patriot, and how Maryland voted for, fighting against English.
Yeah, I just say I probably pronounce a lot of. Hey, I'm fucking Irish. I'm dumb.
I love your sexy Irish accent.
Oh, why? Thank you. See, I can excuse it because of my accent. So right, let me try that again. April 29th at M3 Rock Festival in Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. Yeah. But anyway, the reason I brought this up is because Stephen Pearcy is another man that gets a lot of bashing, because of his voice. But judging by what you just said there, I don't think me and you are going to have the same opinion on this. But I'm going to play a clip from the M3 Festival of Rat playing Wanted Man. I want you to hear it. To be honest, I think it's a big improvement. So, but look, I'm going to play it and you can judge for yourself. And Bushy, I'll get your opinions afterwards, brother. And there you have it. That is Rat at the M3 Festival. Nate, what did you think of that?
Bobby Blotzer, go get Rat back.
Oh, you didn't.
God, that was... And of course I'm kidding because Bobby Blotzer's a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That sounds nothing like what I remember.
Man, I actually think it's a fucking... The reason I brought this to the table is because, like, as I said, Stephen has been bashed for his vocal performances, in the last number of years. But when I heard this, I thought, do you know what, Stephen, you sound a lot fucking better.
What?
Yeah, I thought he sounded fucking good. I thought he sounded great.
Okay,
he's singing...
Did you spin that album before you listened to that?
Oh, man, I don't...
That's every bit as bad as the Detroit Rock City we just heard a few minutes ago.
No way, man. I mean, look, at least Stephen's singing and...
The same shit. Give the mic to the crowd, because I suck.
Well, at least he's singing some parts in key this time.
I couldn't tell. I know what clip you're playing, and that's about all I could handle was a clip.
Yeah.
I tried to get through it because it was Wanted Man and Dangerous were the two songs that are in that clip.
Dangerous but worth the risk.
Yeah, and I was like, couldn't even get through Wanted Man, and Out of the Cellar is like my favorite Rat album.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh man, you're letting me down.
I'm all go Blots.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's sacrilege. That. But maybe I'm just too big of a Stephen Pearcy nut swinger. I mean, have you heard his new album Smash? His solo album.
No.
Well, it's a great fucking album, and he sounds great. And yes, I know, like Kiss in the studio, you can do a lot of magic on the vocals. But oh man, once I heard this clip from M3, I thought, yeah, Stephen, you're fucking, getting it back. You're obviously off the booze, and you're not, pissed drunk doing the shows, and you're singing in key and singing on time, but you're not hearing it.
No, and I want everybody to know I am joking about the Bobby Blotzer thing. It was just really funny to say at the time.
Yeah, fuck Bobby Blotzer. Oh, it's funny. I seen some photos from the M3 Festival of guys wearing like fuck Bobby Blotzer shirts.
You can't take over the band like that. I mean,
yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
Especially when you're the most fucking replaceable member. A guy that didn't contribute dick to songwriting, and I mean, well, he's a better drummer than me, but that wouldn't be fucking hard. But he's just a standard drummer. There's nothing special about him, but yet he tries to take over the fucking band. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and I agree. But however, I think this performance was every bit as bad as that Kiss performance we just heard a little bit ago.
Oh man, oh no, I think you're being a bit too hard on Stephen there, but maybe I'm just blind to Rat. I honestly thought it was a big improvement, but obviously not.
Yeah, well, you know what? I saw Motley Crue in '99 on Crue Fest 2 doing the 25th anniversary of Feel Good.
Yeah.
And I thought Vince was amazing. So what do I know?
Oh, I just, yeah. Vince, in my eyes, was never amazing. I'm not the biggest Motley fan. I like...
Motley fan. I think Motley's better than Rat. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, man, no. Motley are a fucking second-tier Rat. In every way.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
I'm hanging up the damn thing.
No, I shit you not, son. I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, I love Shout at the Devil, and I like half of Too Fast for Love, but fuck everything else. I couldn't give two shits.
Wow, I even like New Tattoo and Saints Los Angeles.
And what was that other fucking Generation Swine and ugh.
Now see, that's the album I didn't dig. I did like a few songs.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like that album as a rule.
Yeah, no, I'm just to me, I mean, like
Girls. If you ask me, Girls is one of the greatest party rock hair metal albums ever written. Sex, drugs, violence, dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah, look, I do like a couple of tunes on that album. I'm not gonna lie, but for me, what kills Motley for me is Vince. Just not a fan of his singing at all.
Gotcha.
You know.
And DeMartini does have some killer riff writing abilities, although Mick Mars is underrated.
Absolutely, Mick is underrated, yeah.
But, man, to get back to this, it's like, I'm glad I didn't pay money.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm obviously just biased and blind. But come here. Next story.
Next story.
Yeah, some good fucking Aussie news. And The Rock... This is fucking exciting. Ozzy Osbourne and Zakk Wylde reunite for a 2017 tour. For the first time in more than a decade, Ozzy and Zakk are together again. Known as one of rock's most lethal singer and guitarist duos, the two will hit the road for a series of Ozzy headlining shows in the US this summer and fall, beginning the 14th of July. While the duo have performed over the years, these shows are the first collaboration for the duo for a full tour since 2006, and they also mark Ozzy's first solo US tour in years. So, hey, that's great fucking news. Look, I just read that from, where was that? I pulled that off Blabbermouth, and I mean, Ozzy and Zakk are like one of the great frontman guitarist combos. You know, fucking.
Oh, brilliant!
You
brilliant.
know,
I am so stoked about this news, and I haven't seen the where they're playing, where the tour dates are.
Well, I'll tell you, there's not too many. There's not too. I'll tell you exactly where they are. Kicks off on July the 14th. Oshkosh. WI, is that Wisconsin?
Oshkosh, Wisconsin, yeah.
Oh, yeah. July 16th, Chicago, Illinois at the Chicago Open Air Festival. Yeah. August 9th, Sturgis.
Those goddamn bikers get to see him? Fuck that.
Yeah, where is Sturgis?
Sturgis is in I want to say it's in one of the Dakotas, but I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, SD. That would be South Dakota, wouldn't it?
South Dakota. Yeah. Dude, that's a big-ass biker rally.
GNR played that a few years back.
And swinging.
Yeah, awesome. And then it wraps up August 29th in Cartersville, Illinois at the Moonstock Festival.
So it's a Midwest tour? Really?
Seems to be. Now, it says here that is the initial tour dates. So, I mean, that tells you there's going to be more added. So that's only, 4 dates?
Yeah, and
so
that's
far.
All Midwest, northern Midwest at that. You know, you're talking Illinois and South Dakota. Fuck them. Yeah. They better come out this way.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if they come near me, I am fucking going, because, as I mentioned earlier on, there was a lot of gigs, like LA Guns and a few other gigs that I'd planned to go to this year that I just wasn't able to, and Black Sabbath was one of them, the last Irish Black Sabbath gig. So, I mean, I missed that, so if Ozzy comes back solo, especially with Zakk, man, I'm fucking there.
Oh, for real. And, neither of those have I seen, Ozzy or Black Sabbath, ever. But to know that Zack's back, I remember No Rest for the Wicked when it dropped.
Great fucking album.
And I lost my mind because I love The Ultimate Sin. And
Me too.
I'm a Jakey Lee fan, but wow, what a kick in the dick Zakk Wylde was to Ozzy's career.
Yeah.
Such great tunes. Great solos. A lot of people bitch about his pinch harmonics. Fuck you. It's because you pinch your penis while you're squeezing your balls. You don't know any better. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
If he gets anywhere near here, and when I say anywhere near here, if he goes to Cleveland, Ohio, I will drive to 8 fucking hours to see it.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing. I thought I had read that they may even be doing an album. Did you see that same story or no?
No, I didn't see that. I don't think. No, I didn't see that.
It could have been fucking Facebook. Who knows?
Yeah, but that would be fucking killer.
Ozzy back with Zakk. He could do everything that Randy Rhoads did.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that Jakey Lee did. How people don't think this guy is great is beyond me. Amazing entertainer, killer vocalist, so he could probably come up and sing some songs with Ozzy.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a show.
Yeah, no, that'll be. They'll get my fucking money if they come near me. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was like
I would swipe my card at a stripper's ass to get that ticket.
I would do that anyway.
Not me.
You know, but it was funny, man.
That's crazy shit. It's weird.
But whatever day that news broke, when was it? It was last weekend, I think. But the fucking internet just went crazy over that news.
Yeah, I saw it all over Facebook.
Yeah. A lot of very fucking happy people. So, yeah, look, as I said, like yourself, that comes fucking near me. I'm there. So,
yeah, dude, I will drive 8 hours to Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's an 8-hour drive. I wouldn't drive 5 to see fucking Guns N' Roses, but I'll drive 8 for this one.
Hey, if it's in Cleveland, you can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. That's in Cleveland, isn't it?
It is, and I can probably piss on it.
Do you know what, man? I would go I mean, the chances of me ever being there.
I'm talking shit.
I would go just to see all the cool shit that's in there.
The only Hall of Fame I've been to was the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I've never been to any Hall of Fame. We don't have cool shit like that here.
3 hours away from me here. It's down in Cooperstown, New York. I went there when my grandfather came.
Cougarstown?
Cooperstown, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Cougarstown. I thought it was like some crazy MILF land.
I know, right?
Oh, how awesome would that be?
To big young dudes. No, it's not nearly that cool.
Awesome. Right. Hey, next and last story that I have anyway, unless there's something you want to bring to the table afterwards. But a little bit of fucking Led Zeppelin news. Now, I'm not going to lie. I got a fucking hard on when I seen this earlier on. Led Zeppelin rumoured to be reuniting for the Desert Trip Festival 2017. It goes on to say, this is from Metal Injection. It goes on to say, much like GNR, we've been told for years that a Led Zeppelin reunion would never happen. Guitarist Jimmy Page has always been down to get back together, but vocalist Robert Plant almost always said no. According to Feel Numb, there's over $14 million in it for the band for a reunion at the Desert Trip Festival in California, and it could happen. It goes, there's a quote here, I have some well-placed sources in the industry telling me that Robert Plant has agreed to reunite Led Zeppelin for the festival. Rumour has it they turned down a reported $14 million payday to play at last year's festival, and that this year there are millions and millions of more reasons why they should do it. So, I mean, look, let's just get this clear. It's an unsubstantiated rumour at this stage. But, how fucking awesome would that be?
Zeppelin? Yeah. I can't even get to where that show is. But amazing. If this comes to fruition, and we know John Bonham's not here, but Jason can play his licks. Who cares? Exactly, yeah. And hey, it's fucking John Bonham's DNA. Yeah, exactly. If this could happen before these guys push daisies up, god damn it, can we make it happen? Is this an issue between Page and Plant? Because, you know, Jimmy Page went off and did way better stuff with David Coverdale than Robert Plant ever thought he could do, even when he was doing Robert Plant's music. Yeah. Is that the problem? I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Back together. Is John Paul Jones still alive? Oh, he is, yeah. Yeah, okay. See, no one ever talks about him. Who gives a fuck about him? You hear about Bonham, Plant, and Page. Yeah. Yeah, make it happen. Or quit teasing us. Yeah, just come straight out and say it's never going to happen. You know, enjoy the legacy we've left. Or, you know, as you said, stop fucking teasing. But, man, this would be killer. They've been in the same room together. You know, Hart did Stairway to Heaven in front of both Robert Plant and Jimmy Page at the Presidential Freedom Award or whatever the hell was it. You know, we give trophies to everybody in this country. So, yeah. But Led Zeppelin was being honored, and a bunch of bands came up, and man, I wish I could remember what the hell that event was. Yeah, I watched that on. Hart did a version of Stairway to Heaven that was amazing. Yeah, I watched that on YouTube. Got Plant and Page sitting right next to each other. Yeah, John Paul Jones was there too. Yeah, who cares about him? just be there because we need you, but Jason Bottom could fill it for John. That's what we know.
Yeah, but look, it would be fucking amazing if it happened.
Oh, I totally agree. I love Zeppelin. I love Zeppelin's first 4 albums. I'm not a huge fan of them after. I actually am a huge fan of Houses of the Holy, Dire Maker or Deer Maker, however the fuck you say it, is one of my favorite Zeppelin songs, which fucks people up because of the reggae influence. But no, I think that would be a great thing. That's almost exciting as the Zach and Ozzy thing. It's just that it's a rumor. So you can't get too excited because that's going to be more heartbreaking if you got over enthused for that. Yeah.
Can you imagine if there is truth to this and they done this festival and then there was a tour? Holy fuck, man. That would be the tour to end all tours. That would be the highest grossing tour of all time. Here, take my money.
Grandchildren would never have to work again.
Yeah.
Because people like my dad, who doesn't, he doesn't do anything. He's retired. He doesn't care. His biggest fun is to get on Facebook and play bingo on Facebook.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a care in the world, but a huge Zeppelin fan. He would go and see that show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that would be fucking killer.
People that have been fans for years and waiting for it. I say do it. I don't know what the fuck the problem is. Do it.
Yeah, go out one last time.
Hell yeah.
Make a fucking shit ton of money.
One last time. Let's not do that farewell tour and then come back later. Just one last time.
Yeah. Kiss.
Did you hear the rumor that Motley Crue was working on an album in a tour?
Yeah, I laughed when I seen that, but I see Nikki Sixx. Nikki Sixx was quick to shoot that down.
Right, but it was just funny. It's like, you guys are going to come up with anything.
Yeah, I think it's just because they've seen, Axl and Slash come back and make a shit ton of money. If there is any truth to it, and maybe they're thinking, well, fucking, maybe we could do that. Which...
I don't think so, because they were still making their money.
Yeah.
Axl and Slash getting together is something that hasn't happened in, 20 years?
23 years.
Yeah, Vince and the band is every other year.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Yeah, there's no novelty factor. It's just, there's nothing exciting about it. And was it a year past in December when they had their last show? It's just, it would be fucking dumb if they did it.
Yeah, I don't know who started that rumor. It was somebody trying to attention horror clickbait.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but Nicky was quick to shoot it down, so hopefully he's right.
Yeah, I would hope so. They sign contracts and shit. Who do they pay if they violate that? That's what I want to know.
Must be if one member violate. Yeah, good point. Does if Mick?
Let me tell you what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
John Corabi and Mick Mars collaboration. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, that would be good. But I wonder, is that covered in the contract? Because Corabi is a former member.
No, because that album's already in the works.
All right. Yeah, because I heard that that they were working on stuff, but I also knew of the contract that they signed, and I wondered, did that cover Corabi as well because he is a former member, or did it just imply to the 4 original guys?
Yeah, that would be the 4 original guys.
Yeah.
I would assume, because I obviously haven't seen the contract. But when you think about it, that band has just been a contract band.
Yeah.
Ever since Vince came back. They haven't been a band in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, look, I would be excited to hear something from Mick and Corabi. I love both of those guys.
Why? Dude, check out the Dead Daisies.
Oh, I love the Dead Daisies.
They're great.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that band.
My poor daughter hates them, calls them the Dumb Daisies.
Oh, man.
Oh, and the worst part is, we saw them with the singer before Corabi. I was actually a little pissed off when they got rid of that guy for Corabi.
Yeah.
Because that guy was brilliant, man.
Yeah, what was that guy called again?
I can't remember, but they opened up for Def Leppard and Kiss when I took her to see them. Dude, great show. I had never heard of them before, and I was just instantly turned on. Now, the other side of me says, getting Karabi, I love that dude's voice. Plus, he could play guitar. It's badass. Good stuff. Hey, guys, check out the Dead Daisies. Great band.
Oh, yeah, killer fucking band. Just trying to see, that's going to annoy me now. Who was the singer? John Stevens was the singer.
Yeah, like a blonde-headed guy or something, right?
No, he was like an Australian or a New Zealand guy. There was another guy though, briefly. Bernard.
What did I do with his hair color? I knew he was Australian.
What's that?
What's that got to do with his hair color? I knew he was Australian.
All right. No, I think he just has normal hair.
What's normal? What the
No.
fuck?
No, normal's to me is my color hair, black or like dark brown. But normal hair has, I don't know. But yeah, if John Stevens.
Red.
Oh, hey, that's a myth. There's not that many redhead people here. There's a few, but I guarantee you there's a lot more per capita in the US than there is here.
Yeah, but it's like our blondes. They're all fake.
Yeah.
The carpets ain't matching the drapes. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Oh, man. But yeah, no, you're right. Check out the Dead Daisies. It's a good fucking band. Richard Fortus was in them for a while, too. Yeah, and Dizzy Reed was in it. What do you call the guy that's playing guitar for them now? Doug Aldrich.
Oh, really? Shit, Otters with him?
Yeah, he was in Whitesnake, Dio, you know, that House of Lords. He's a great fucking guitar player. He's playing with them now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm even, hell on. Now I'm more excited. When's their next album come out? Shit.
Yeah, fucking Dead Daisies is a killer fucking band. Awesome. Nate, that is our fucking news. Anything else you want to bring to the table?
I have to mention something because I'm a cheesy fucking nerd. I'm old, okay? I'm 42 years old. I'm a huge wrestling fan. But
okay.
I'm a fan of a wrestler that's also a singer for a band. So get to Blabbermouth and check this out, man. The band Fozzy, who's fronted by Chris Jericho, have released their newest song, Judas. And you can actually listen to it on Blabbermouth.
Oh, nice.
The album comes out later this summer through Century Media, and apparently Jericho says it's definitely the next step. It's an extension. It's more of an evolving Fozzy. We really put a lot of stock at bands like U2, Guns N' Roses, and Metallica, and the best example might be David Bowie. So they're trying to incorporate all kinds of different sounds.
Awesome.
I'm a huge Fozzy fan. Check it out. Chris Jericho, who's one of my favorite wrestlers because I'm such a fucking nerd, and his band Fozzy coming out with their latest album, Judas, title track Judas. You can actually listen to it on Blabbermouth.
Oh, nice one. I'll check that one out.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I love it. I'm a fan. I've dug all the stuff they've put out from way back when they were doing the covers, and I heard them doing Iron Maiden. I've been a fan.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check that shit out now once we get done here. So,
on YouTube now, you won't even have to look for it on Blabbermouth anymore because that was 2 days ago.
Oh, cool. Deadly. And come here, Nate, you are a DJ on thatmetalstation.com and you also have a podcast, so let everybody know where they can find you, check you out.
All right, well, yeah, thatmetalstation.com, the Big Bushy Power Hour, every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're over on that side of the world, I believe it's 6 hours later, you probably won't hear me. But if you like hair metal, if you like cock rock, if you like thrash, and some newer stuff and some unsigned bands you never heard of, it's a good show to check out. I go on from 9 to midnight, sometimes later. I have just started a second incarnation of my podcast with two other guys. I think it's going pretty well. It's pretty funny. It's called The Plug with Bushy Sin and the Mountain Man. And the Mountain Man is as hillbilly as you could possibly get.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is. any movie you've ever seen of a southern inbred redneck, this is what this guy sounds like.
He is the stereotype.
He's stereotypically southern. He's from the mountains of North Carolina, and he's a breakout star of the show. Right now, we're only on podbean.com. Like I said, search The Plug. I will be trying to get us on iTunes. I know nothing about this. I was doing a once-a-month show that's about to turn into a weekly show. But yeah, check us out. We do have a Facebook page, The Plug with Bushy, Sin, and the Mountain Man. Maybe Matt can share some links when he puts this up.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We're new, we're growing. Let's see what happens.
Awesome. Well, come here, Nate. I want to thank you so much for coming on and doing the news with me. You're great. You're a great fucking addition. Cool guy, really easy to talk to, know your stuff, and you're an absolute blast. So I want to thank you for coming on. Cheers, man.
Oh, that's awesome. Next time when you say that, though, you got to back off an inch because you were a little mumbled there giving me all those props. I mean, Jesus. No, I appreciate you asking me. This is a lot of fun. Wow, I haven't guested on a podcast in a while, so it was a little bit weird. No, it was a good time. I think you're doing a great thing here. I can't wait for future episodes of this, and I wish you all the luck, man. And we know your show kicks ass every Wednesday night. Your fucking numbers this week were ridiculous.
Yeah, I had a good show this week. I was fucking very, very pleased, and I was so pleased to see, so many in the chat room so early on as well. The listeners were really up for the show this week. So, and as you know, that you feed off that as well. So, yeah, had a lot of fun this week. So,
no, it was awesome. I work until by the time I get home, you're an hour and a half into your show. I think minimum.
Yeah.
And then I got to get dinner on for my daughter and stuff. Half the time, by the time I remember, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, look, it's hard. It's like me with your show. I try and tune in when I can, but you come on at 2 a.m. my time.
See you when I see Mac in there, I make sure to say hi because I know your ass is up late. It's like your wife is trying to roll over and grab onto some, and it's like, where's my some?
Yeah, and it's down listening to the Big Bushy Power Hour.
I know. You're down there listening to that fucking yank.
Yeah, no, I got to tune in for a while on Monday there because, Sunday. Well, Monday morning my time. It was a public holiday, so I had no work. So I got to tune in for about an hour. But then the eyes were closing, so I had to hit the hay.
Oh,
but
I hear you, and I never hate you for it, brother. I understand. Yeah. My European audience suffers. I have something to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to listen to this melodious voice, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fucking dedication for you.
Gotta love Nell. Miss Nell Burkeye Ross, ladies and gentlemen, gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to listen to me.
Yeah, Nell's a fucking diamond. She's a great listener.
She's awesome.
Well, once again, Bushy, I want to thank you for coming on, and just thank everybody for tuning in to episode 4 of the Mind Over Metal podcast. We are on mindovermetalpodcast.com, Podbean, iTunes, Spreaker, and now also on SoundCloud, the TuneIn app, and I recently just found out that we're on Podcast Addict. Now, I didn't submit it. I don't know how the fuck we got on there, but I don't know, do they just gather podcasts themselves? But pretty fucking cool. It's an extra place that we're on, so you can check us out on any one of those platforms. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll be back next week along with DJ Metal Mike. So until then, later, guys.
Hey, this is Dr. Fuck.
And this is the Ayatollah of Alcohola.
And we demand you to watch Big Bushy Power Hour. Or is it Bushy Face? I know it's not Big Pussy. He doesn't like that.
I think it's the Big Pussy Bushy Poison Power Hour.
Poison Power?
Yeah, with 3 hours of poison. Or 2 hours of poison and 1 of Sammy Hagar.
But don't hold that against them. Tune in.
Or fuck off.
Thank you. Every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, get your rocks off with the Big Bushy Face. Hey, I'm Dr. Fuck!
And I'm the Ayatollah of Alcohola.
And we are part of the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. And plus, we got radio shows. And you know who also has another radio show here on here, Ian?
Who?
DJ Mac!
Like the Mac Daddy or the Daddy Mac?
Like McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
And he's got a show here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And let me tell you something. This guy knows how to throw down the jams. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, when you hear him talk, he may sound like Sean Connery with Down syndrome. But he's a hell of a DJ. And unlike Big Bushy, he doesn't play Sammy Hagar.
Oh, come on, man. We don't have to slam poor Bushy. Poor Bushy. He's such a good guy, dude. He's so dedicated. You take the Bush for granted.
I never take the Bush for granted.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The Bushy for granted.
Oh, yeah, him. Yeah, sometimes.
Anyway, DJ Mac, check him out. He rules.
That's right, and so does Bushy. Check them both out on that metal station.
Catch the DJ Metal Mike Show, Friday night edition. That's right, all new time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on nbsp-podcast.com. DJ Metal Mike bringing you the best in metal. Man, you better be